It's going to be a long brew day. Callaway started this morning at 4 a.m. He was here.
I came in at 4, but I've been drinking a lot of caffeine, so it's working out all right.
This is kind of our harvest ale for the year, so we only be able to do it once a year. It's not like a year-round consistency you can do. So that's kind of special. It's just a one-time shot once a year.
Normally what happens is those hops are dried and then crushed and processed, and then we get them a couple months later, keep them in our cooler, use them throughout the year.
What's different about this is the hops are fresh hops.
Ooh, that's good.
Basically the hops that we got are wet when they here. They've pretty much been literally picked off the vines.
From the field.
Clean, manicured, thrown in a packaging box, shipped on a refrigerated truck.
From the West Coast and are put in kettle as fast as we possibly can get them.
The hops are picked off the vine on Monday. They shipped them on Tuesday. They got here yesterday on Thursday. We're brewing with them today.
The whole idea behind our wet ale is fresh, wet hops thrown right into the beer, so it's super fresh.
All right, boys, 20 boxes. Better fit.
We got 2,400 pounds of hops that we're using. So, I think that's going to be 10 pounds of hops per barrel, or 5 pounds of hops in one keg of beer is kind of what that works out to.
Last year we did 1,400 pounds of wet hops, and this year we're doing 2,400 pounds. So it should be an interesting process to see how it goes. It's a lot more hops.
Don't stress out. We just got to keep going.
We're going to be pumping the hot wort through here in a minute, and then that's going to be going on top and on those 600 pounds of hops and circulating around trying to pull out all those oils. So we're about to get going. Last year we did the wet hop beer. We put all the hops in our mash slaughter tun. That worked great getting them in. The only problem is there's about a 24-inch valve to get all the hops out, and they didn't really come out at all. So it ended up being pretty much a nightmare brewing it last year, just trying to get all the hops out. So this year we got a couple tanks, used pharmaceutical tanks that we've converted, put a 2-inch tri-clamp fitting down at the bottom, and been able to use these open top tanks so we can pour all the hops in. And the real fun's going to be once we get this done, we're going to have to dump all the hops out.
Got these tanks in like yesterday, so we'd never worked with them before. We've never had to do anything with them, so just seeing that we can actually run some work through there and have it actually come out the bottom and not just get completely clogged and clog up our heat exchangers. Excellent.
It's pretty cool we were able to get these used tanks basically just for this process of making wet hop. So the real fun's going to take place when we have to tip both of these tanks to dip all the hops out, so that'll be interesting. So that's the big challenge, is to find a way to get the wort in it, extract all the oils that we need, and then get all the hops basically into a dumpster, get them out.
All right, I shut it off, Jared. All right, now Omar, can you cut it back out a little bit? Woo!
That's it. That's a lot of hops. Well, that's easier than last year, that's for sure. This is 1 of 4. So 3 more this big yet today.
And so last year, that's why it was such a disaster. We literally couldn't get the hops out. So that's why I went through the whole process this year of getting new tanks that we can tip and get all the hops out. So that's the real big challenge, that the hard part that Todd and I spent a lot of time working on. Of course, Todd Hauger, head brewer's not here. He's the guy that has put a lot of this stuff together, but I think he's drinking beer in Seattle today, so he can't make it.
Todd Hauger, his idea of this outrigging plan worked great. So wherever you are, Todd, in Seattle, thanks.
We love you, Todd.
Good planning. Good planning.
Yeah, no, it's doing everything we should be doing. I'm excited. Really worried coming into this day, but it's going great.
We try and keep having projects like this that are pretty fun and get the guys in the brew house excited about making something unique like I think this beer is.
Days like this, you kind of find the energy to make it through a day from somewhere, just because it's so exciting and so cool.
Fun things you want to do to make great beer. That's really kind of a lot of the stuff, challenges we take on. It's a lot of work, it takes a lot of time, but it's just a pretty cool thing. I hope people kind of understand why we do it, because it's just a pretty unique and exciting thing to do, to be able to kind of make all this equipment for this, try and do something that maybe not a lot of people are doing, and that's really one of the goals of what we want to do.